Tonight on the Chishoms.
I've forgotten where I put it.
The sampler Annabelle was sewing on.
You're nothing but a Siwash who's got as much sense of fair play.
Sure, little brother, I don't like that, so you back off right now. Form defense!
Cooper Hawkins, you've damned us all with your treacherous immorality.
When you get to California safe, ask yourself how immoral I was. Moving too fast. It's going to surround us. We'll have to go through it. Come on, we're going through.
God's smiling on us, men. Great things are coming, I know it.
Hope so.
Oh, of course they are. Queedenock's recovered. Lester and Bonnie Sue are married up. The sun's shining. And I got me Mercy sitting right here in this wagon.
Chisholm, I want you riding point. Stay a good 3 miles out.
Don't you trust our escort?
Not when they're wearing feathers, I don't.
We got a deal, ain't we? They get us safe to South Pass, and we give them the grain they need to stay alive.
It's a good 10 days to South Pass. That's an awful lot of time for an awful lot of Indians to change their mind.
You said you'd torch the grain if they attack.
And that's what I'd be doing if they attack. Now move.
Yeah! How you feeling, darling? I tell you what, there's no sense in walking when you can be resting.
Quit look walk.
I owed you horses. I want to talk to you a minute. I'm worried, darling. I'm worried that you're giving up too much. That you're leaving too much behind. Your home and your people, your way of life. I guess I'm worried that you're not going to be happy.
Chisholm is my people, my home. Will my happiness.
Morning, Betsy.
Hello, Bo.
Mind if I walk with you?
I'd like it. You've been making yourself somewhat scarce since we left Fort Laramie.
Spelling Pa and Will in the wagons. Mr. Hawkins been having me write points on, too.
I thought you were upset about that poker game you and Gideon played with my brothers.
Oh, no. That didn't. Losing a few cents don't mean nothing.
I felt terrible about it.
Don't. Meant nothing, honest. Fact is, someone around you most of the time. Your brothers, other folks, Gideon. Making it kind of hard to talk.
Yes, it does. It's easier when it's like this.
Yeah. Got nothing to say, really. Just figured to walk with you if...
That's nice, Bo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's Lester's wagon, ain't it, Paul?
Lester? Bonnie Sue? Something wrong in there? Lester, Paul wrote in the Hebrews 13 and 4, marriage is honorable in all and the bed undefiled. But good Lord, man, there are times.
Right.
Noonan time. Noonan time.
A few miles from here, there's a nice, easy stretch of land. Work out the kinks of our winter stay. It's easier terrain than any west or south pass. I'm going to practice setting a wagon defense in case of Indian trouble.
Well, I'd figure that sort of practice would be unnecessary considering we're all horse handlers.
I'll be the judge of that. Now, there's a simple military maneuver where the wagons form a rectangle.
Seems to me the simplest and the quickest is just to circle up.
Chisholm, your comments ain't needed nor appreciated. Rectangle's easiest, and today we're going to learn it. Now, Hackett, when I give the order, your wagon being first in line will lead the one following in a right turn forming one end. Whose wagon's third in line? McVitie, you lead the next three wagons forming one side of the rectangle, tying with the closing end of Hackett's line. Chisholm, I want you next. You lead the next side, tying to the front end of Hackett's line. Manley, you lead the next two wagons closing off the end of the rectangle. All that needs to be remembered is who breaks off and who you follow. Simple?
I guess we'll find out.
We'll move out in an hour.
Appreciate you helping out.
I'll do what I can to earn my way.
You like, you can figure it less earning and more just sharing.
Call it whatever.
There's enough of us Chisholms to keep the sharing from getting burdensome.
I'm a Hopwell, Mr. Chisholm. Mercy Ann Hopwell. There was enough of us one time, too. Before we crossed the Platte, before winter hit, and before the Pawnee came.
Darling, all I meant...
Don't be so prideful. There could be less of you time we reach California.
Betsy?
Hello, Gideon.
Couldn't tell if you were sleeping or not.
Too tired to sleep.
You mind sharing some of that shade? Cooper Hawkins didn't call Noonan any too quick for me this day.
How many miles you figure we come since Fort Laramie?
We've got to be 150 or better. Bet I've rid 3 times that up and down the line of wagons on lookout, scouting for water.
You must be tired.
It's all part of getting us to California.
How many times you made the trip?
When's the first?
Somehow you seemed... I thought maybe you'd brought out trains with Mr. Hawkins before.
No, it's first time west. Had a chance a few years back to go to Texas and fight the war with my brother Will. Pa asked me, being the oldest left, stay at home and help him. Sometimes I figure I should have gone.
If you had, you might have been killed.
I reckon there's always that chance.
I'm glad you didn't go.
Apple looks awful good. Haven't got another one, have you?
Joe finds that river Cooper Hawkins sent him looking for, and I'm jumping in clothes and all. Min?
I've forgotten where I put it.
The sampler Annabelle was sewing on.
The nights I've laid awake, thinking of her lying in that lonely piece of ground.
Don't, Min. Please don't.
No. Oh, Lord. I miss her.
I know. I miss her, too. My whole life.
There's no need to apologize, Chisholm.
We'll do her, sir. We'll do her yet. And when we do, we'll raise the cup together.
Done.
Drop more.
A drop more will put me 3 feet short of the first step to breaking one of my rules.
If you're the man I think you to be, you're a far cry from drunkenness.
Relaxed is what I have.
Good. Get relaxed, 1 drop more.
I deserve it. Putting up with some of the sorriest wagon handling I've ever seen.
Well, we learned to make you rectangle, though. Of course, it took the better part of a day.
And not soon to be forgot.
Amen to that.
Our prayers, we never have to use it in self-defense.
Do you suppose he listens?
I do.
Never turns a deaf ear.
It may seem he does.
Yes, there are those times, aren't there?
You're thinking of your Shoshone girl, Lota.
Yes, ma'am. As a matter of fact, I was. You remembered her name.
Yes. I remember.
Well, I apologize to you.
What for?
For being surprised. I might have known you would have.
Either of you mind letting me be a part of this?
And I apologize to you for drinking more than my share of whiskey. And I bid you good night.
Well, if that don't tie the pup. Min?
Oh, it was something he told me about back at Fort Laramie.
I see.
About love and hate and $1,500 in a bank in Baltimore. You remember the letter? The one he told me to hold when the Indians came to the fort.
Down in a willow garden where me and my true love did meet, was there we sat a-courtin' along, my love dropped off to sleep. I had a bottle of burglar's wine, which my true love did not know. And there I poisoned that dear little girl down under the banks below. My father often told money would set me free. If I would murder that dear little girl, her name was Rose Conley.
Gideon!
Tell Hawkins. I'll tell Paul.
Fire! Prairie fire! Fire! Everyone wake up! Prairie fire! Fire! Fire!
Paul.
Fire! Fire! Prairie fire! Prairie fire!
Good Lord.
Fire! Will, you need to wake up! Fire! Fire! Wake up!
It's moving too fast. It's going to surround us. We'll have to go through it. You men get your shovels. We're going to dig 2 breaks. The rest of you water down them wagons in the stock. Come on, we're going through.
I need some more diggers. Wagons hitched up. Now let's get those wagons in line. Okay, move them out.
And the Lord smote the people with a great fire.
You figure he had wrath for all these people, do you?
Don't know and don't question his ways, Mr. Hawkins.
You just silently take whatever he meets out.
Waste of time and energy to do otherwise, seems to me.
Boy, you got yourself one fearsome lord, Mr. Chisholm.
Awesome he is. Not fearsome. Awesome. There's a difference.
Pa, Will and Gideon are back.
Well? Ain't good.
How far'd you go?
It'd be maybe 4 or 5 days with the wagons.
And?
We can see a good ways on ahead.
Like a blighted hit in all directions. Ain't nothing green growing for miles.
Go get yourself some rest.
So much for our animals foraging.
Well, we'll have to use the grain we've been carrying.
What about when we reach those bad stretches? When you've been planning on us using it?
We ain't there yet, Mr. Scott.
But when we are?
Hitch up your wagon, McBeady.
All right, everybody, hitch up. We're pulling out. What is going to happen, Hawkins?
Maybe that awesome Lord of yours will provide us with a miracle.
Well, look who's here. The kid was just bragging on you.
I'll bet he was.
You really as good a shot as he says?
I don't know. Maybe. Can you go for a walk with me?
I'd like that. But first, I'd like some pan-fried steaks.
Some what? What are you talking about?
Frank and me was going to do some hunting. Kid was going to go along, but said...
Oh, please. For me. Will you go with them? Make sure if they come across anything, they get something.
Will said he spotted some game to the north.
Please, Bo?
Won't tell you it wasn't on purpose, my sending them off.
Couldn't say I'm sorry. You did.
Well, it's nice being together without expecting one of them to show up any time.
Yes, it is. Having two brothers acting like parents can be a bother.
I can see.
Of course, I wouldn't have any family but for them. They were old enough to have gone off when Mama and Papa died. Account of me, they didn't.
You go talking family, you're going to make me feel guilty about what I done to Bo.
You should. Bo was a nice boy.
Boy? I'm fast losing my taste for fresh meat.
Well, as long as we're out here, we'll keep looking.
How'd it work out we are out here?
Tell you how come I'm out here. Well, if there is any game, it ain't letting us know about it.
Only way a man ought to have to bother to get meat's to go to a butcher shop. I think I'll open one when we get to Oregon.
Ain't gonna be no store working for me. I had enough of that to last a lifetime.
City bosses are tough, huh?
Yeah, especially when you're working for flint-hearted kin. We got us a Paul believes in working from first light to last.
Well, I thought Betsy said your folks were dead.
Well, Pa's what we call our Uncle Jeb. Like a Pa he was, too. He's tough most of the time, but a good man. Him and Aunt Belle, well, they took us in. Well, we just tykes. Treated us just like their own. Calling Uncle Jeb flint-hearted ain't hardly fair, I'd say.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. What I meant to say was that
Well, praise Brother Will. Look at there. Meat on the table.
Behold a gluttonous man and a wine-bibber, a friend of publican and sinner.
Where's that one from, Pa?
Kings 13:4.
Luke 34. Might spend some of your leisure time keeping up with your Bible readings.
Ma.
And you with holding your horses in line.
Ma?
Well, you figure this meat tastes any better cooked over the anneal fire?
Likely. To Good and Bo.
Which one you figure's gonna win that little go-round?
My observation is, neither one will win with that one.
You're just as busy as all get out, ain't you, young lady?
Not too. Not really.
I gotta say, it makes things easy for men. You're cleaning up like this.
Doing what I can. Miss Chisholm's got plenty else to do.
Say, there's nothing like roast meat to fill up the belly at the end of a long day.
No, sir.
You had enough?
Plenty, yes. Thank you.
There's more jarred peaches, you know.
Had plenty.
Oh. Standing here with this in my hand. I come across it the other day. Thought maybe you'd enjoy finishing it.
What is it?
Ain't you never seen a sampler before? Well, I thought...
It's nice, but I don't fancy stitching, thank you.
It shows you what I know. I had the idea that all young girls...
Stitching's never been a favorite of mine.
No reason why it should be.
I'm done now. If you don't mind, Mr. Chisholm, Will said I could go over and see him in Coedna.
Of course. You go on. I'll just put this back.
I ain't calling nobody nothing. I'm just saying you got it turned around.
Oh, I see. Addle-headed Bo can't get things straight.
What is it with you?
Look, big brother, just don't try to make me out to be
I don't like it.
Then don't tell me I have things turned around. They were raised from an aunt and uncle from the time they were kids.
When Betsy's folks died, Jeremy was old enough to be out on his own.
Not true.
Well, according to Betsy, he was.
Well, according to Betsy, he was.
I don't like that neither.
Too bad.
Just don't go starting any...
Then don't call me a liar.
You know what you're acting like? You're acting like some...
All I know is you're nothing but a sneaking, backslashing Siwash who's got as much sense of fair play
Sure,
as
little brother, I don't like that, so you back off right now. We'll sort this out later. Right now, I want you both to give your hands to one another.
The hell I will.
There can't be nothing between two brothers. There can't be...
Oh, forget it, Pa.
No, sir, I'll not forget it. Now, you both do like I say and shake hands.
Mr. Hawkins?
Mr. Scott?
Be soon running out of grain for my horses.
You best make it stretch, then.
You figure South Pass about a day away?
More like 2. This is deceiving on the prairie.
Be then you'll be turning over them barrels of grain to the Indians.
That was the bargain.
Yes, it was. Making it harder to say what's on my mind.
You better hold your peace, then.
I can when it concerns my family's well-being. We need that grain. Me and some of the others been talking. Figure if it comes down to them Indians or our loved ones.
No harm in talking, Mr. Scott. No harm at all.
Sad brothers fight.
Oh, they'll get over it.
Will? Why do white men go far off?
That's like I told you, darling. We're looking for a special land.
Special? What is special?
Special is something important. Yeah, very important. Something close to the heart. Like Queednook is special.
Special land.
Yeah, for us Chisholms, it's California. For others, it's Oregon. There's lots of places.
What make land special to Chisholm?
Place to call our own. Place to farm, make a living.
Not good. India not own land. Earth is our mother. India not cut skin of mother.
Well, Indians fight for land to hunt on, don't they? Fight for horses, take slaves, right?
Yes?
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll take only the good from both of our lives. We'll just leave all the bad behind.
All right, special husband.
A man can build ships to cross the seas, he can discover new lands to conquer, and he can build his big cities. But it's a woman's blessing that only she can bring new life.
A man does his share in that.
Brief as it is.
That depends on the man.
Aye. It's twice blessed we are. It's nice to have another woman to talk with, especially it being your daughter.
Thank you for calling me a woman.
It's what you pick up. And quicker than I did. You're a great joy to me, Bonnie Sue.
What all of us are is what you and Pa made us.
Only partly so. That's true, and you know it, don't you? Children are the promise of all the tomorrows. You make a fine mother.
So do you. And even if you do seem too young, you make a fine granny, too.
Several times before I die. I hope.
Lester and I are doing our part.
Rebecca's a fine start.
There's another started, too.
No. Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Oh, Bonnie Sue.
I take it you don't approve.
No, I do not. My daughter is pregnant and facing
My wife.
And facing a very difficult journey of several months' time.
Mrs. Chisholm.
During which anything might happen.
Mrs. Chisholm.
Why, she might even... Oh, Lester, how could you? How could...
Minerva, hush up. I understand your concern. I know it's based on love. A mother's love. Well, I love her, too. Not as a mother. There is a difference. Why don't we both enjoy the happiness that Bonnie Sue's enjoying with her condition? Why don't we?
Another feeding time over with. You two sitting here admiring the scenery, or did you find something to talk about? I feel so wonderful. Isn't it just the most wonderful thing in the whole world? Isn't it?
Them Injuns would like to cut our throats when we turned over the grain.
You got very little faith in your fellow men.
Injuns ain't no fellow men to me.
Ompeto e wastelo. Ompeto wastelo tahonani.
Ompeto e delello.
Akiota wotaktela.
Shun shu luki na we shakshupo.
Eopo shunsho. Lakyawe chakshupo.
What the blazes is this?
Ayan ganapelo.
It's dirt.
Stay out of this, Chisholm.
We need that grain for ourselves.
You can't do this, Hawkins.
We got to if we're going to make it.
Harry, check that door. Cut!
Come! Hold your fire, all of you! We'll keep the chief hostage. Hina! Diona! Inkalo Namacampo! Yateki Atiki Tego Lopo!
Upanayan!
Ain't you done enough? Let him go.
Not till that wagon train and all that's on it are safe, and not before. Yapo! Shakan Wakan no Yapo!
Cooper Hawkins, you've damned us all with your treacherous immorality.
When you get to California safe, ask yourself how immoral I was.
To my dying day, I'll say it.
So long as that day is not my responsibility. All right, all of you. Back to the wagons.
The chief's refusing help for his wound. Could end up killing him.
It's his choice.
Oh, it's a terrible wrong. Injuns couldn't be blamed for attacking and killing us all.
Figure they'll come, Paul.
Could easy as not.
They do. A lot of good people on both sides are gonna die.
We can't risk doing nothing.
Hanley. Evening, Hawkins. What's that, Chisholm?
It's the Chisholm share of the grain. We're hoping they'll accept it and their chief and leave us be.
Chisholm, you're a fool. The only thing that's keeping them from attacking us is being our prisoner.
We don't think so.
What you think don't matter.
My wife tells me they ain't gonna trust us again. We already cheated them out of the grain. They got no reason to believe we're gonna return their chief.
We take them back. We're saying we don't want their women and children to starve.
Now get yourself staked to an anthill.
We don't agree on anything, do we?
Agree with me or not, it don't matter. There's nothing you can do. Now look, Chisholm.
They honey, watch me. You watch.
Tokichi Kachide. Ikeya.
War dance? I can't tell. Te hanene. Taco wa. Te hanene. Taco wa. What's the matter?
I don't know. You won't tell me.
We gonna find out or not? Be safer to ride in after the ceremony. We better time up till morning.
I sure hope they sound friendlier in the morning.
Shicho now jockey wapo. And now ungalo bello. And now die che yellow.
Iayo. Naraway. Tehonan. Pinkpalo.
Washichu up ilo. The boy tahi. Chapo hutche kito. To yato do what ule.
Baktok honk honk. Tawo mad.
Quiet watch last night. Nothing stirring.
Won't be sharing no coffee with a traitor. You had no right to turn that hostage loose.
It's all right, McVitie. I've been telling the folks what a real smart fella you are, Chisholm.
You ought to tell that to my wife, Scott. She's of a different mind.
Smart enough to marry an Indian squaw into your family.
I ain't following your meaning, Scott.
Your family will be safe when them heathens come raping and killing.
Them Injuns come storming in, they ain't about to stop and ask if I'm father to Will, who's husband of Queednook.
You must be getting used to this kind of needling, Chisholm.
You're talking about my son's wife.
That's right.
You're talking about somebody I love like a daughter.
I'm talking about a heathen squaw.
Okay, break it up, break it up, break it up!
They was making sport of Queednook, men.
You did right. You did right.
It's too quiet. I don't like it. Sounds like there ain't nothing out there.
Don't count on it. You ready?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be, and that ain't too ready.